What is up, YouTube? Today we're back with another of the partner Pokemon from the Journeys Together expansion. We have Lily's Clefairy EX, probably the most playable, and I think the card that will be played the most. Lily's Clefairy EX has 190 HP, and it's going to be played a lot because it has a really cool ability called Fairy Zone. The weakness of each of your opponent's Dark or Dragon type Pokemon, in play is now Psychic type. It becomes 2x, just a vanilla standard replacement. And up till now, Dragon type Pokemon have no weakness because Fairy type is no longer a type in the Pokemon TCG. So you have cards like Dragapult, Reddy Drago running free and being rampant. And this kind of puts those cards in check a little bit. Now, this card can be pretty easily teched into any deck that plays like Energy Switches, a way to accelerate. You can just play like a Psychic and a Lovely Clefairy, and all of a sudden you have a combo with Full Moon Rondo that does first Psychic in colors, 20 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, which in most cases situations will one shot like a Dragapult DX. And so you have all your pieces to basically just have a tech one card one shot into Dragapult. You have Lily's Comfy, which has Flower Invite in this Lily's deck specifically to search your deck for any number of basic Lily's Pokemon, put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. And you also have Lily's Pearl. I think Lily's Pearl. The tool says if your Lily's Pokemon gets knocked out, your opponent takes one less prize card. Now that's not always applicable in every scenario, but I think it could be a cute little tech or a cute little deck that you build around it. As always, if you guys enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. You don't have to do anything else to support out for free. And without that, let's just jump in and have some fun. I think the deck list comes up early. Let's check it out here. There's stuff on the screen. There, okay, there we go. All right, cool. So it looks like there's four Lily's Clefairy, exactly what I expected. We have the Rabombi, we have the Comfeys, we have the Zatu. Zatu's for acceleration here. Makes sense to me as well. I think I saw some lists in Japan also playing the Teal Mask Ogerpon for acceleration to use the Lily's Clefairy attack quite often. You also have the Lily's Pearl, so basically you're just attacking and spamming your Lily's Clefairies, basically becoming a one prize attacker. Effectively, and there's Terrapagos in this as well, giving us a big bench to work with, giving us the opportunity to one shot bigger, like kind of just playing like old school, like Miraidon, but we're playing like scuffed Miraidon basically. A lot of energies in this deck. One TM Evo just in case we want to set up behind our board. Take a little bit of time. 4 Arven makes sense to me. 3 Iono. I think there's yeah, just a lot. Everything here just makes sense to me. So without further ado, let's jump into the gameplay. I think like obviously this is really good into stuff like Raging Bolt now and Dragapult because now you have a better out to one shot these decks, actually play into these decks, which I like quite a bit because you didn't have that really before. You had to work so much harder. You have the Cutie on the left and the Ogerpon on the right. Looks like it's probably going to be something like Raging Bolt. Probably going to have a Dragon type on the other side to showcase the battle. We're going to see a Poffin for Zatu and Zatu, or Natu, sorry, putting them on opposite sides of the bench, putting Lily's Clefairy right in the middle, smack dab, the main star of the show, Lily's Pearl, putting that on the Clefairy, -1 prize card. So now our Lily's Clefairy becomes a one prize attacker, which is huge because it's just decks don't have a great way to deal with off prize trade. And right now we're in a format that everything goes 2-2-2. So if that continues to happen, we're going to see some changes, obviously. I don't know if that'll be the case after rotation as well. We're going to see the attachment for turn and probably just a pass over. Raging Bolt is specialized in taking those early knockouts. It's one of the scarier decks now that you have a slower format. Raging Bolt can also rely heavily on Noctowl, and Noctowl is just quite good for the deck because you have Noctowl and Area Zero, allowing you to basically just get the ball rolling exactly where you need to be. We see the Sada already, a pretty weak Sada, all things considered. Ultra Ball away the Slitherwing, and the Slitherwing can be unique also in this situation because you can hit and the opponent gets burned. If they're knocked out by burn, then you still get the extra prize card. Briar hitting the discard as well, which is good. We're just ultra balling away a bunch of stuff. Fan Rotom, which will give us the access to our pieces here. We're going to go ahead and be able to Briar back these, Top Head back these pieces. Again, Bolt is, I think, pretty much very similar deck to what it used to be. Squawk hitting the board, Fan Rotom hitting the board, and attachment for turn. So we have the knockout already on the Rabombi, or the Cutify, sorry. We're going to draw 6 with the Squawk. We're going to have Fan Rotom, get out some of our Owl pieces. Now, this is also really cool because we guarantee, we basically guarantee that we're going to be able to hit into back-to-back Sadas, which is one of the scariest part about the deck, right? Like, it's one of the few things that the deck doesn't really do very well anymore, especially in this aggressive format, stuff like that. So it's like you're able to now chain these attacks way more reliably. Teal Mask Ogerpon is a card that's not really going to be targeted down by your opponent as much. Like, your opponents are probably going to be targeting down your bolts because they kind of have to, like your attackers. But now your Teal Masks stay and play longer. If your Teal Masks get to stay and play longer, your Hoot Hoots get more value, your Noctowls get more value. We're gonna see the accelerations coming in here. We're gonna see the Zatu ability for drawing 2. Another Lily's Pearl. Again, now you're just as a bolt player, you're not staring down a board of 1 prizers. Yeah, you might have Briar, but it's like um, I don't even know if that was worth abusing the ability first before the energy. I probably would have just attached active and like had an attack out because now we could potentially miss attack, which is really bad. Wow, we actually cut the Iono. That's crazy behavior. I'm not admonishing at all. You guys should be able to. It's fine. Legacy energy as our ace spike hitting the active, um, making it a 0 prize attacker in the active. I think that's a little bit excessive. Not gonna lie. I probably would play something like Trolley in this. I feel like Trolley would be really broken. Just get your board up, and then all of a sudden, like you Arvin for Trolley plus like something else, and then all of a sudden your board is just like loaded, ready to go with Lily's Pearl. Trolley or Secret Box probably is really good in this. Or even Stamp. Stamp could be good too because you could just like make your deck like 1 prizers effectively, and now we are swinging for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 160 times 2, 320. Thank you. Welcome to your new Psychic Raging Bolt, taking 2 prize cards. This matchup should be absurdly easy, unless this Bolt plays Jamming Towers, which we've already seen Area 0, which I think is going to be the new normal in Raging Bolts in general. We have the Sada here, not even needing the Owl. But on the flip side, now you have Owl for Prime Catcher, you have Owl for other pieces. Maybe if you do play that one-off Jamming Tower, you can go get that Jamming Tower, which is going to be really useful here because you still want to take a prize card this turn if you can. Um, like if you can go Boss, Jamming Tower, take out the Clefairy this turn, and then save Prime Catcher Briar for the end of the game on the Zatu, you can still win the game as Raging Bolt. So I think Raging Bolt still has all the pieces it needs to effectively be a good deck. But we're just doing 210 here. We're taking 0 prize cards, which is such a terrible feeling. Like, oh, that feels so bad. Now the tempo's off. The game is basically over. Oh, never mind. The Bolt player has 5 prize cards. Why did I think they had 4? Never mind. You can't even win with that line. I completely am giga trolling. Um, just another Lily's Pro. We just add like insult to injury. We're just putting it down as such. There's the Zatu ability once again, drawing 2 cards. I feel like yeah. There's the Vessel. I think a Tulip could be good in this deck as well because you can just get back the energies and get back the Lily's Clefairy all at once, and you can just slam them because you're not super worried about it at that point. We can Zatu once again, setting up our board. Our Clefairies are completely set up. We're ready to go. The attachment to the active Arvin, probably getting another Clefairy onto the board. Nest Ball and Pearl. Surprise, surprise, who's shocked here. Probably just getting another one. Yeah, just no reason not to. Just like set up your board and be ready to go for the following turn. And extra damage is always good as well. I mean, we don't really need the damage, but I guess like if an Ogre Pawn attack comes up, escape board, just dropping all our tools onto the board, basically playing it correctly here, just playing out our hand, playing out the pieces we have available to us. Thinning is winning chat, and then we just go ahead and pop the Raging Bolt here. 400 damage, a little bit excessive, yeah, but dragon types have gone too long with no weakness, so maybe it's a little bit the right amount of excessive. We're down to 2 prize cards. No hand. We just took those 2 off. Oh no, there's 4 cards in hand. Wow, how do we have so many cards in hand? Holy moly! We're gonna go ahead and see the. Yeah, I mean, there's like no real win con here, right? Like you didn't even have any way to win. It's just over as a Raging Bolt player. Like, and I feel like this is a huge like benefit, right? Like if Raging Bolt is one of the better decks in the format, you can body this way. However, I don't think Raging Bolt is the BDIF, right? Like Zard, I think is still quite good, and Zard probably has a quite good matchup into this. Just because you're not ever one-shotting a Zard. But yeah, I guess Fan wrote him for 70. If we get a stadium, we need to get the stadium still. I own it at 2. We can maybe stop them. Area 0. This is where playing the escape board is kind of bad. Just because like if you had the tool in deck, you can just Arvin for it now, but you weren't able to before. We're gonna Zatu here, draw some cards. I guess we have an energy in hand then if we're doing this way. Attach. Yep, there it is. Retreats. Just going to the Lily's Clefairy. Like there's no actual win con here for the Raging Bolt player. The game is completely Giga Omega over. And then there's the boss's orders. Bringing up the anything Squawkabilly, Raging Bolt, whatever you want, they're all completely Giga cooked on the board, and there it is. The Lightning Rondo, effectively. Like it's like basically just like this attack has been good in the capacity of what it is, but being able to add weakness to it is so cool. Like this is a very cool deck. I don't know if Lily's like stuff is necessarily good on its own. I do think that there's like I don't know. I think this is cool for what it's supposed to do. Um, I do think this list is probably a little bit whack. I definitely think like Ogerpon version maybe is like really really broken because you can play like E switches and just get the turn one attacks off pretty consistently. But then you're like not a one prize deck, I guess, is the trade off. So maybe you can make that a one prize version. But otherwise, I think this card is really good. This card's really really broken, I think, and it'll be quite important as long as dragon types are.